In a quiet suburb of Ashfield, Oregon, where rain kisses rooftops more than the sun graces the sky, a story unfolded that defied reason, morality, and the natural order. Lena Matthews, once vibrant and fiercely independent, now lives a life marked by stillness. A devastating car accident 2 years ago left her paralyzed from the waist down. Once a music teacher known for her energy, Lena now spends her days confined to a small, adapted bungalow at the edge of town. At only 22, her son Noah became her full-time caregiver after her husband walked away months after the accident, unable to carry the weight of what their life had become. With no one else willing or able to help, Noah left college, put his life on hold, and moved back home. What began as obligation slowly became something else. Days turned to months. Intimacy grew in unexpected places. Not the romantic kind at first, but something rawer. Shared grief, unbearable loneliness, and deep emotional dependency. Lena never imagined her life narrowing to the shape of a single room, or that the person she'd rely on most would be her own son. She hated needing him, hated how he brushed her hair, helped her dress, lifted her into bed. Yet it was his voice that kept her grounded, his laugh that gave her small sparks of joy in a dim world. But then came that night. It was a stormy Sunday in April. The power went out, and they lit candles. Rain battered the windows, and thunder rolled like distant drums. They sat close on the couch, wrapped in blankets. The conversation drifted from music to memories, to life before the accident. And then there was silence. Not awkward, just still. And in that silence, Noah's hand found hers. She didn't pull away. When his other hand reached to gently tuck a stray hair behind her ear, something inside her shifted. She told herself it was motherly affection, gratitude. Maybe it was. But his eyes didn't say the same. There was a moment, brief but burning, where they both hesitated, but neither moved. And when he leaned in and kissed her, slow and soft, she didn't stop him. That kiss broke something inside them both. Or maybe it revealed what had been there, buried under months of isolation and desperation. This wasn't love, not in the way stories tell it. It wasn't lust either. It was grief, need, confusion. It was two broken people clinging to something, anything, that made them feel alive. The morning after, nothing was said. He made coffee. She watched the rain, and the silence between them grew louder. They crossed a line that can't be erased, a line etched in instinct, in biology, in law. But emotions don't come with instructions, and trauma doesn't follow rules. What happened between Lena and Noah was not planned. It wasn't even spoken about for weeks, but the weight of it never left the room. People see black and white, right and wrong. But life lives in the in-between. And for Lena and Noah, there was no roadmap for what they were facing. No one to turn to. No label that fit. Only two people bound by circumstance. And now, by a secret too dark to speak aloud. This is not a romance. It's not a fantasy. It's a story of infidelity, of betrayal. Not of vows, but of boundaries. Of a mother who needed strength and a son who needed love, and how both found it in the most unforgivable way. They didn't continue as lovers, not openly. Shame wrapped around them like fog, but the connection lingered. A look, a touch, a shared silence. And sometimes, when the nights were hardest, it returned, not out of passion, but out of a desperate need for closeness neither could find elsewhere. Behind closed blinds and polite smiles, they lived as mother and son to the world. But their hearts bore the truth, a truth too heavy to ever confess. If you're looking for judgment, this isn't your story. If you're looking for understanding, maybe, just maybe, this is. Because love doesn't always wear the face we expect. Sometimes it arrives twisted, broken, and unbearably human. This isn't meant to justify, only to reflect, to show what loneliness, loss, and isolation can do when left unchecked. What happens when comfort turns into connection? When survival becomes something else entirely? A true infidelity story, not of cheating partners, but of emotional betrayal, of lines crossed and innocence lost. A story not about desire, but about the need to feel something, anything, in a life that has taken everything else away. This is Lena and Noah's truth, a truth that lives behind their eyes, in the silences between their words. A truth that won't be spoken aloud, but will never be forgotten. Sometimes the deepest scars aren't the ones we see, but the ones we carry inside.